Today, we walk from Marbella to Estepona.
We get lost in a golf course and we share our inspirational life.
Welcome to day 6 of the Malaga Coastal Trail. Today we're in Marbella and we're heading to Estepona.
Now we've got another 30 kilometres to go today to almost get to the point of completion, which we will finish tomorrow in Manilva. It's been an amazing journey so far. Marbella has been spectacular. What a old town it's got. We had a lovely night there last night. It's so pretty, such brilliant bars, restaurants. The atmosphere was electric. And this morning we'll head out west side along the promenade and we'll show you some of what Marbella's got to offer.
Looks like an early disagreement there. Looks like an early disagreement between James and I. Are you already hungry?
No, I just didn't want to get charged for that 4-free bar last night.
Righto, let's go. That hotel was really in a great location last night. This is us on the main stretch of Marbella. I really like Marbella more than I had anticipated. The old town was really lovely. I remember we came here, a long time ago, and I remember not being that impressed, but I imagine and can see the changes that have happened in those years, and it's great now. I really like it. I would maybe put it at one of my favourites of the places we've been in.
I spoke yesterday in the way into Marbella when we came in from the east side, so it looked a bit rough, but it does quickly change and you come into the beautiful resort that Marbella is.
There's a supermarket, cinema, restaurants in there. We've not gone in. We've no time to relax and watch a movie on this epic walk.
Absolutely.
Do you know what though? We are well and truly over the hump. Well and truly over the hump. Today we're in day 6.
Yep.
And in total I think we've done more than 140 kilometres. So we've really made great progress. It's taken us longer than we originally had planned, but that's partly been because the route isn't as straightforward as we'd anticipated. But that's okay. That's partly why we didn't book hotels until we got places, because we knew things change. We knew that things change and we wanted to be comfortable while we were doing it and not put ourselves under unnecessary stress, because why would we? Really, we've got all the time in the world. Yeah, sure. Something I'm really noticing and being surprised by every time is these towns and cities along the coast are much bigger and longer than you imagine. Because I'm looking over there and thinking, How's Puerto Banús moved? Because it's definitely further than it was when we started.
I think it was just a mirage, to be fair. It was definitely a mirage because it has definitely shifted and moved further west.
And when we've been walking, I've been thinking, oh, that's not far. That's not far. And then it takes ages to get there, so it clearly is quite far.
I think it will make the difference today that we hopefully will not need to go on any more dual carriageways.
I will believe it when it happens. James, fancy something like that?
Nah, I wouldn't thank you for it.
Okay then. That's us, reached Banus. We'll head to the port and grab ourselves coffee to give us a wee bit of energy, I think.
A wee cafe con leche.
Yeah, it feels fun. Lovely shops, a lot of designer brands. And here we are on the port. Gorgeous.
Some cars here.
Yeah. Gosh, look at the people selling fakes right beside all the designers. It's a bit surprising that they don't get moved on. Looks like a wee party on board. Really attractive place. Really bougie. I feel so scruffy here right now. I've felt like this once before. A few years ago I went to Monte Carlo and I had been travelling, and so I was just, you know, untidy, scruffy clothes, and this is the same experience here. We're still in our walking gear, you know, we are doing a long distance walk here. So we're not looking our best, I wouldn't say. And you feel a wee bit aware of it here. Oh look! We could maybe do that on our way back, because that looks really nice.
It does.
Getting on these
Trampolines.
We'll have a quick coffee here and get on our way.
How long is that? Yeah, I think. What do you think of Puerto Banús, James?
I don't think it's anything startling. It is definitely where the rich come, absolutely. A lot of wealth here. Do I think it's nicer than the nicest place along the coast? Absolutely not. It's sort of mid-range. It's certainly not mid-range when it comes to pricing. Well overpriced for mediocre food. And I think actually it's a bit pretentious.
I feel like, yes, there is a lot of wealth there, but I also feel there's a lot of people there just looking at the wealth, you know, taking photos of the cars, videos of the cars. I did it, and I just wonder how much of it is made up and how much of it's real.
When I talk about pretentious, I more mean the people that don't have the money. I think they're the ones that seem as though people with real money often are more normal. It's the ones that want to carry on they have. And I know that might be a bit of a statement, but hey, I've all got opinions.
Hey, it's my YouTube video, I can say what I want.
Exactly. Censor me if you like. We've just arrived into San Pedro. Now San Pedro is one of my favourite places. There's so many people locally live here, which is great, so many residences, and it just feels such a family place. Lots of families sitting having coffees, having some lunch outside, and it's got a much more low cost element for dining and drinking than most places along the Costa del Sol. But it's just got a nice vibe, nice beach, and actually a place I really enjoy coming to.
Look at this, just some parties and barbecues on the beach. That's fabulous. What a great place to come. Isn't that fantastic to just have that freedom that you can come down to the beach, bring your cool bag and enjoy the outdoors with your family, and everyone gets to be happy instead of children complaining about being in restaurants for too long. Fabulous way to celebrate life. I'm really liking it here. Feels, again, this is San Pedro. It feels very different from the other places we've been so far. I think that variability and variety is the thing that I'm most enjoying about this walk. It's been fabulous. And I know there have been tough bits too, but I'd say there've been more good bits than bad. Good news, the timing's worked out and we're meeting up with our friend. And this goes back to James's early career as a nightclub manager. Michael was the owner, James was the manager, and they've remained friends for all these years. So I can't wait to see him.
Well, that was a lovely lunch there. We just met Mike for lunch. Great to catch up. I didn't want to stick him on camera in case he was uncomfortable with it, which actually is a bit silly because absolutely he would not be uncomfortable. But the chat was great, and the GoPro wasn't out because we were enjoying our catch up.
Absolutely, being there in the moment, it was so good to see him. So
Absolutely.
Good. We know the trail ends here quite soon, but we've had almost 14 kilometres of it, so I don't think we can complain. But Mike offered us a lift. He said it does end quite soon. He offered us a lift and we said no thank you, because we know that'd be cheating.
And he did say that's the decision that I would expect from you two, and we're like, absolutely. So let's head to Estepona.
And the path ends here, so we've got a couple of options. What do you think?
I think we've been very much let's get off the beach and head round the town, but we've definitely, it's not worked out really well for us. We've ended up in the motorway and different bits. Do you think maybe just this time, I think maybe just this time we'll just go to the beach.
Oh! Look at that house. Very fancy. We walked on the beach for a bit. We thought we saw the trail, we were wrong, so we're back off. But we've ended up in a really beautiful part of San Pedro.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Fella.
Yeah.
Fella Electra.
Look at
It's
that.
absolutely gorgeous. So big you can't even see the house.
Ooh, fancy.
So big you can't even get back down the beach.
Oh, hello. Note to self, don't say hello to trained guard dogs. I think that break today was a really good one. It is so warm, it's 4 o'clock and it is still really warm here.
I think it's 33 degrees still.
Is it? 30 odd degrees for sure, and we are baking in the sun, so thank goodness we were out of the sun during the day.
100%.
And sure, we're going to be arriving quite late now to Estepona, but at least we're not going to be exhausted by the heat.
And great chat.
And I'm going to say I'm less grumpy. Amazing what a wee half beer does.
It's very difficult to try to take a walk seriously on a Saturday afternoon in San Pedro.
Que en inglés es ya te apañarás. Don't worry, my friend. Be happy.
I'm going to remain disciplined, let's go. Nick, you do understand that
What?
why people play golf out here?
Oh, yeah. So we are currently on the golf course, and we know we're probably not allowed to be here, but we can kid on. We don't understand any Spanish.
Yep.
And that'll be okay?
Yep.
Okay, let's go for it. We're still on the golf course. It's lovely. It's a lovely course. But I'm reflecting on the Malaga coastal path, and honestly, my experience of it, I'll start with I've really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. We're in day 6 today. We've had such an adventure which I've really enjoyed. But it does feel to me the idea of the Malaga coastal path joining up 14 municipalities with walkways and promenades and paths and trails is still a pipe dream. And they're selling that pipe dream, and it's not true. There's absolutely not a path that takes you from Nerja to La Duquesa in Manilva. It doesn't exist.
My goodness, I definitely feel heat stroke is definitely a possibility as I walk through this golf course. I maybe understand why we walked along the dual carriageway in the shade, because this is absolutely roasting, particularly for a Scotsman and a Scotswoman. Oh, but you can't help walk through the trees here, the beautiful lawned golf course, and think, wow, if there was ever a time to take up golf, now's the time.
Another dead end. I'm not moaning. I'm going that way.
So maybe put in the comments if this is allowed.
No, it's not allowed. No, it's not allowed.
I think Nicola's ruining the grass. I think Nicola thinks she's part of the Trump family.
What's that?
With their golf courses and they can walk anywhere.
I'm hoping we get escorted off by a golf buggy. Do you think that would be cheating?
Nah, because I think we've walked around it 7 times, so I think we're okay. We've definitely done the kilometres. I think our hotel will be sending out a search party soon. Sometimes when the chips are down, you feel as though you're not actually getting out of the place, getting out of the golf course, but guess what? We managed to find a lovely kiosk here. And Nikki, here you are, some water and some Australia, and even better, some crisps. So always good. Onward, travel to Estepona.
I would say we're still in the I would say we are still on the golf course. So right beside me there's a gate. Don't do that. Anyway, right beside me there's a gate, and fingers crossed we'll be allowed out of that. But I don't care, I need a drink. So we escaped the golf course. It was like escaping a maze. We still don't know where we are. James knows how far we are, but I've said I don't want to know unless it's less than an hour, and he's told me it's not less than an hour. He's actually indicated that the time left might have increased. So yeah, let's go.
So the time is now increased to 3 hours 15 minutes, which means we have not made any progress at all. I'm not telling Nicola that at all, because otherwise it will really make a difference to our motivation. It's funny, I didn't really think we were going through the Amazon, but you know, it's all good. I think it would definitely quicker get the boat to Estepona.
We turned down a lift. Do you know, seriously though, I'm in good spirits. This is all good. I've had some crisps, had water. Lucky, lucky girl I am.
And you know, we are professionals. We would definitely turn in the lift. We will do this on our own feet the whole way.
James, where do you think we rejoin then?
Well, it's not that close. It's up the hill here, to the left, then the right. And it's more sort of along the side of the road, going through there's sort of wee bars, restaurants, shops, etc.
There's, yeah, definitely along the A7. A7, 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 A7.
So I think it's A7 then, so let's continue. What?
There's a Mercadona. We could get a wee ready meal.
Do you know, there's always an upside to things. My goodness, I think we're approaching the A7. Oh,
I'm not going to moan though.
well, you're on your own for that one. We are absolutely back on. Nikki, won't we be back on the A7?
Looks like it, James.
It's when you see the locals on the bikes, scooters, etc., you know fine well you're definitely going the right way. My goodness, 6 o'clock at night and it's 31 degrees. Oh. How are you feeling, Nikki?
Tip top, not moaning.
So let's get a seat out. For seats.
I feel our choices are reducing in health here. Oh, I'm sitting there. Some Red Bull, some crisps, some sweets.
And tunnel. Oh, I tell you what, it's a bad day when you're sitting at the side of an Aldi eating some food to get out of the sun. And some Red Bull.
James, we are living this dream.
We are living the dream.
Living the dream of early retirement. Hope we're an inspiration to all of you out there. Oh, bloody hell.
I suppose the only good thing is we'll definitely finish the Sender Litoral tomorrow. I call it the Sender Litoral as though it's a trail,
It
but
is.
actually it's the most broken up thing I've ever been on in my life. If I was in charge of planning this, I'd been sacked years ago. After squatting at Aldi with some pastries and some Red Bull, we find ourselves back on the trail, which is most welcome. So I believe I do believe Mikey did tell us that this potentially will take us down to Estepona. But it is unbelievable from the time you think it takes you to your destination, double it, because it just makes no sense.
But we're
But
not moaning.
there's never a dull moment. Anyway,
Can I just chip in here? I agree. I think this will take us all the way to Estepona.
Great. Onwards and upwards. My goodness, not a bad stop for tonight. Tell you, you've got to love hotels.com.
How much is that, James?
£86 for the night, including breakfast. Brilliant.
Fabulous. Just need to work out how to get in. You climbing the fence first?
Get a set of ladders with me.
Now that we've found the path again, can I ask, do you wish we'd accepted the lift from Michael?
No.
No.
I would have felt as though I was cheating. And you know, when you come over 180 kilometres and you're on day 6, you certainly don't start cheating. It's not even about being found out, it's about actually within myself. I'd been disappointed. Yeah.
That's exactly the way I feel. I feel we would have gone home and said, yeah, we did it, but we would have known, apart from those 4 kilometres, and that would have felt rubbish.
Good news is that the good news is that 4 kilometres is taking us about 2.5 hours to do. But anyway, onwards and upwards.
How's that good news?
I was being sarcastic, Nikki.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
I think the more west you go, getting near Estepona, the whole area becomes classier.
We're on our way into Estepona, and I'm really noticing that just seems classier even than Marbella, Puerto Banús. It just feels wealthy but less ostentatious, and it is beautiful. The gardens either side of this path are beautifully kept. Really attractive place. I love it here.
That's us arrived at last in Estepona. We'll see you in the morning for the last leg of our journey.
Good night everyone, and thank you so much for watching.